Welcome to all. Myself, Dr. K. Sujata, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Government Degree College, Kukatpalli. Today I am going to explain about rank and nullity of a linear transformation. In this topic, mainly we will discuss the rank of the linear transformation, the nullity of a linear transformation. Let us now discuss the definition of the rank of a linear transformation. Rank of a linear transformation is a mapping T from V to W. V and W are the vector spaces. T is a mapping from V to W. Then the rank of T is equal to the dimension of the range of the T. Already in previous lecture, we know the definition of the range of the T. Rank of T means the dimension of the range of T. That means dimension of range of T is called as a rank of a linear transformation. That means according to the previous lecture, the definition of the range of T is equal to column space of A. That means so dimension of range of T is equal to dimension of column space of A. This is the mainly the rank of a linear transformation can be defined the dimension of the range of T. Nullity of a linear transformation. It is a mapping T from V to W, then the nullity of T is equal to the dimension of the kernel of T. Already we defined the kernel of T is equal to every an element of V is mapping to the kernel of T elements are mapped to only 0 element of W, then the kernel of T is a subset of V. Therefore, it forms a V elements such that T of V is equal to 0 vector. Then the elements are all as a kernel of T. Therefore, kernel of T is equal to dimension of the kernel of T is equal to nullity of T. Therefore, it is denoted by dimension of the kernel of T. According to the previous theorem and previous lectures, we know that kernel of T means null space of A. That means, so dimension of kernel of T is equal to dimension of null space of A. Mainly you have to remember here rank of a linear transformation means the dimension of the range set of T. That means dimension of the column space of A. In the same way, nullity of a linear transformation can be defined. The nullity of T is defined as a dimension of the kernel of T. That means it is a kernel of T, it means null space of A. That is the kernel of T is equal to null space of A. Therefore, dimension of the kernel of T is equal to dimension of the null space of A. These points you have to remember. Let us discuss the note points regarding rank and nullity of a linear transformation. If T is a mapping from R to the 4 of n to R to the 4 of m is a linear transformation given by T of x is equal to A into x. The linear transformation can be defined in this like T of x is equal to Ax, then rank of T is equal to, already by the definition of the rank of T is equal to dimension of range of T. Dimension of range of T, that is equal to dimension of the column space of A, that is equal to rank of K. Same way, nullity of T is equal to dimension of the kernel of T or dimension of the null space of A. Both are same, that's why it is called as a nullity of A. So mainly you have to remember here the dimension of the row space or column space of a matrix is called the rank of A. Because of rank of A is equal to dimension of the column space A or dimension of the row space of A. That means the dimension of the row or column space of A matrix A is called as the rank of A. Similarly, we can define the dimension of null space of A is equal to X such that Ax equal to 0, then it is called as the nullity of A. That means dimension of the null space of A is called as the nullity of A. Dimension of the null space can be defined X such that Ax equal to 0. The set of all solutions of the space is equal to X is equal to 0, then it is called as the null space of A. The number of elements in the null space of A is called as the dimension of the null space A. That is called as the nullity of A. So mainly here we have to remember rank of T is equal to dimension of range of T, that is equal to dimension of the column space A or dimension of row space A. Nullity of T is equal to the dimension of kernel of T or dimension of null space of A. These 2 points you have to remember. That is the mainly definitions of the rank of a linear transformation and nullity of a linear transformation. The set of all solutions of the equation Ax equal to 0 is called as the null space of A. Therefore, the number of pivot columns or number of pivot columns is called as a rank, that is called as a column space of a matrix, that is called that number of pivot columns is called as the rank of A. Let us now discuss the main theorem about rank and nullity. Let sum of rank and nullity is equal to what is? This is the main theorem. Let T is a mapping from a vector space V to vector space W be a linear transformation from an n-dimensional vector space V. That means V is the domain of the T mapping is n because of it is a n-dimensional vector space. Therefore, dimension of the V is equal to n into a vector space W. Then rank of T plus nullity of T is equal to n. n is the dimension of the V vector space. V is a n-dimensional vector space. That means it contains n vectors. That's why the dimension of V is equal to n. This is the main important statement. Rank of T plus nullity of T is equal to the number of elements in V. That means dimension of V. Dimension of V. That means dimension of range of T. What is the rank of T? In the previous slide, rank of T is equal to dimension of range of T. Nullity of T is equal to dimension of the kernel of T is equal to what is n means dimension of the domain of T. Domain of T means that is the vector space V. Therefore, dimension of vector space V. See here, this can be represented in geometrical figure. Here, the big circle is called as a V vector space, that is called as a domain of the mapping T. In the second figure, the big circle is called as the codomain of the mapping T, that is W set. Here, the inner circle is called as the kernel of the T. Kernel of the T is always is a subset of V, that is a subspace of V. That's why, therefore, kernel of T is the always subspace of the domain V. Similarly, the range space of the T, range of the T is also a subspace of the codomain vector space W. This is mainly you have to remember T is a mapping from V to W. Kernel is always subspace of the domain of the vector space, and range space is always subspace of the vector space W. So because of T is a mapping from B to W. Therefore, this is we have to remember kernel T, that is the here, range of T here. The number of elements in the kernel of T is called as a nullity of T. The number of elements in the range set of T is equal to, that is rank of T. Therefore, first find the rank of T and the nullity of T. The sum of rank of T plus nullity of T is equal to the number of elements in the vector space V. You can imagine that the dimension of domain of T should be equals to the dimension of the range of T originally. That means dimension of domain of T should be equals to the dimension of the range of T originally. But some dimensions of the domain T is observed by the zero vector in W. So domain of dimension of range of T is smaller than the dimension of the domain of T by the number of how many dimensions of the domain T observed by the zero vector, which is exactly the dimension of the kernel of T. These are the important note points regarding this figure. Therefore, because of sometimes it may be the dimension of the domain of T is equals to the range of the dimension of the range of T, but sometimes the dimensions of the domain of T is observed by the zero vector in W. That's why it is smaller than the dimension of the domain of T by the number of how many dimensions of the domain T observed by the zero vector, which is exactly equal to the dimension of the kernel of T. This is the important theorem. Proof. Let T be represented by an n by n matrix of A and assume that rank of A is equal to R. Rank of T is equal to means by the definition of the rank of T is equal to dimension of the range of T. Dimension of range of T means this is equal to dimension of the column space of A. That means rank of A is equal to R. Nullity of T is equal to dimension of the kernel of T. Kernel of T is equal to null space of A. That means dimension of the null space of A, that is equal to n minus R. Because of according to the theorem where rank of plus nullity of A is equal to n, therefore nullity of A is equal to n minus R. Now taking rank of T plus nullity of T is equal to R plus n minus R, that is equal to n. Another way you can also prove this one. Here we only consider that T is represented by an m by n matrix of A. In the next section, we will prove that any linear transformation from an n-dimensional space to m-dimensional space can be represented by m by n matrix. That's why you have to always remember m by n matrix means the linear transformation from an n-dimensional space to an m-dimensional space can be represented by the matrix m by n. That you have to remember. Because of T is a mapping from V to W, therefore V contains the n-dimensional vector space and W is a m-dimensional vector space. Now let us discuss about the example regarding rank and nullity of a linear transformation. Finding the rank and nullity of a linear transformation. Find the rank and nullity of a linear transformation for the mapping T from R cube to R cube defined by A is equal to 1 0 minus 2 0 1 1 0 0 0. Because of by seeing this matrix, rank of A is equal to rank of T is equal to rank of the matrix A. Therefore, the rank of the matrix is because of the third row is zeros, because of any 2 by 2 matrix that is not equal to 0. That's why the rank of the matrix A is equal to 2 only. So nullity of T is equal to, simply without calculating the kernel of T, by the previous theorem, we can easily find the nullity of T. Therefore, nullity of T, what is the main theorem already discussed in the previous slide? Rank of T plus nullity of T is equal to N. N is the dimension of the domain space of V. That's why nullity of T is equal to dimension of domain of T. Dimension of domain of T. That is here 3. What is the dimension of the R cube? Here 3. That is the domain of the dimension of the domain of T. Domain means what is the domain set? R cube here. The R cube is a 3-dimensional vector space. That's why dimension of domain of T is 3 minus rank of T. By the matrices properties, we can easily find the rank of T. Already the two non-zero pivot columns are there. That's why it forms a column space, 2 pivot column. The number of elements in the column space is 2. That's why rank of A is equal to 2. That's the another way to find out. Or by the matrices property, we can easily say that the rank of T is equal to rank of A, that is equal to 2. Here, because of the 2 non-pivot columns are there, pivot columns are there. That's why rank of T, pivot columns means 1 0 0 0 1 0, identity column vectors. That's why rank of A is equal to 2. Nullity of T is equal to dimension of domain of T minus rank of T. That means 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. That is the nullity of T. What is the previous theorem? Here see, rank of T plus nullity of T is equal to N. Already know rank of T and N is already know. That's why you can easily find the nullity of T. See here by the pivot columns. Therefore, rank of A is equal to rank of T is equal to 2. Nullity of T is equal to, by the previous theorem definition, dimension of domain of T, that is 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. Here, the rank is determined by the number of leading ones, that is called as a pivot columns, and the nullity of the by the number of free variables and the columns without leading ones. That means here one column vector. That the rank is determined by the number of leading ones. Number of leading ones means pivot columns 1 0 0 0 1 0, and the nullity is defined as by the number of free variables, that is columns without leading ones. Columns without leading ones means -2 1 0 1 column vector. That's why the nullity of T is equal to 1. That is the one more simple easiest way to find the rank and nullity of a linear transformation. In entrance exams, we can easily find by using this general formulas of the rank and nullity. Or otherwise, you can find the range of the T and kernel of T. The dimension of the range of T is called as the rank of T, and nullity of T is equal to the dimension of the kernel of T is called as a nullity of T. That is the another way method, but the easiest method is to find by using the previous theorem result. We can easily find the rank of T and rank nullity of T by using the previous theorem result. Mainly you have to remember the rank is always determined by the number of pivot columns is called as the rank of a matrix, and the number of free variables, columns without leading ones, is called as the number of free variables is called as the nullity of a linear transformation. That is the general formulas. One more example we will discuss now. Find the rank and nullity of a linear transformation. Here the mapping is given T is a mapping from R to the power of 5 to R to the power of 7 be a linear transformation. Find the dimension of the kernel of T if the dimension of the range of T is 2. Second bit is find the rank of T if the nullity of T is 4. Find the rank of T if kernel of T is equal to 0. By using the previous theorem result, now we will find these three examples. So T is a mapping from R to the power of 5 to R to the power of 7 is a linear transformation. The domain set, what is the domain set? R to the power of 5, it is a 5-dimensional vector space. It is a 7-dimensional vector space. First, now we will discuss the first bit. What is the given here? If the dimension of the range of T is 2, find the dimension of the kernel of T. See here, dimension of the domain of T. Domain of T means domain set is, what is the domain set? R to the power of 5. Therefore, what is the dimension of the domain of the T? That is n, that is equal to 5. By the previous theorem result, what is the previous theorem result? Rank of T plus nullity of T is equal to n. What is n means? Dimension of the domain of T. That's why first find the dimension of the domain of T, that is equal to 5. Already given the range of the T is, dimension of the range of T is 2. That means rank of T is 2. Therefore, now find the dimension of kernel of T is equal to, that is nullity of T is equal to n minus dimension of the range of T. That is 5 minus 2, that is equal to 3. By using the previous theorem result, we can easily find 1 is already no, dimension of the range of T is 2. Already, therefore, dimension of the domain of T is 5. Therefore, dimension of the kernel of T is equal to 5 minus 2, that is 3. So now we will discuss about the second result, that is the B question. Find the rank of T if the nullity of T is 4. Rank of T is equal to n minus nullity of T. N is 5. 5 minus 4 equal to 1. For the third bit, find the rank of T if kernel of T is equal to 0. Kernel of T is equal to 0 means the dimension of kernel of T is 0. Because of kernel of T contains only 0 vector, that means the dimension of the kernel of T is equal to 0. Therefore, rank of T is equal to n minus nullity of T, that is 5 minus 0, that is equal to 5. This is the way to find the simple bits. This will be coming into the bits type answers. Therefore, it will be useful for that in competitive examinations. Now, let us discuss about the one-to-one mapping. A function from T is a mapping, and a function T from a vector space V to W is called one-to-one. If the pre-image of every W in the range consists of a single vector, this is equivalent to saying that T is one-to-one. If and only if for U and V in V, T of U is equal to T of V, it implies U is equal to V, then the mapping is called as a one-to-one mapping. That means every element can be mapped to only one element in the other set. That is, in the lower classes in functions, we defined already one-to-one mapping. F of A is equal to F of B, it implies A equal to B, then the function is said to be a one-to-one mapping. Similarly, here also we can apply the same fundamental rule for the T is a linear transformation from a vector space V to W. Therefore, here is also we can same fundamental we are using here. T of u plus T of u is equal to T of v, it implies u is equal to v, then we say that T is a one-to-one mapping. That means the pre-image of every w in the range consists of a single vector. That means here the vector is mapping to only single vector of w. Here also one more vector is mapping to one more vector. Therefore, this is clearly one-to-one mapping, one-to-one, only one-to-one. In the second figure, see, the two vectors of v can be mapped to only one vector in w. That's why it is not a one-to-one mapping. So that means you have to remember distinct elements can be mapped to distinct elements of other set. That means here that vectors of v mapped to distinct elements of vectors of v can be mapped to distinct elements of vectors in W. That is called as a one-to-one mapping. Here see in the second figure, two vectors can be mapped to only one vector. That's why it is not a one-to-one mapping. This is the main definition you have to remember. One-to-one mapping means T of u is equal to T of v. It implies u is equal to v. Theorem. One-to-one linear transformation. According to the one-to-one linear transformation, we have a theorem. It is very important theorem. Now we will discuss this theorem. So what is the statement of the theorem? Let T is a mapping from V to W be a linear transformation. Then T is one-to-one if and only if kernel of T is equal to 0 vector only. This is very, very important statement regarding one-to-one linear transformation. What is the statement of this theorem? Let T is a mapping from V to W be a linear transformation. Then T is one-to-one if and only if kernel of T is equal to 0. Now we will prove this theorem by using the known definitions. First, if and only if means first in the first part we have to take T is one-to-one. Then we have to prove kernel of T is equal to 0. In the sufficient part, kernel of T is equal to 0. Then we have to prove T is one-to-one mapping. Now take the suppose T is one-to-one mapping. T is one-to-one mapping. What is the definition of the one-to-one mapping? T of u is equal to T of v implies u is equal to v. This is the main condition of the one-to-one linear transformation. Now, taking the first part, T is one-to-one mapping, then T of v is equal to 0 can have only one solution because of T of v is equal to T of 0. That means v equal to 0. Therefore, T of v equal to 0 can have only one solution, that is v equal to 0. Because of T of v can be written as T of 0. Because of it is a 1-1 mapping. Because of 0 is always mapped to T of 0 is equal to 0. That's why T of v is equal to T of 0. By the one-to-one definition, v must be equal to 0. That means T of v equal to 0 can have the only one solution, that is v equal to 0. Due to the fact of T of 0 is equal to 0 in the previous properties of the linear transformation, already discussed this property T of 0 is equal to 0. That's why the set of all solutions of the T of v equal to 0 is called as the kernel of T. That is, kernel of T is equal to v is mapped to only 0 element. That's why kernel of T is equal to 0 only. This is the simple proof is there. Now take suppose reverse, and that means sufficient condition. Suppose kernel of T is equal to 0 and T of u is equal to T of v. It implies Because of T is a linear transformation, therefore T of u minus v is equal to T of u minus T of v equal to 0. Therefore, T of u minus T of v is equal to u minus v is a vector of v. Therefore, u minus v, because of kernel of t is equal to 0, that means T of u minus T of v equal to 0. Therefore, u minus v belongs to kernel of t. Therefore, u minus v equal to 0. That implies u equal to v. Here see, excuse me, u minus v belongs to kernel of t. That implies u equal to v. Therefore, that means T of u is equal to T of v implies u equal to v. Then we say that T is a one-to-one linear transformation. Because of T of u is equal to T of v implies that u is equal to v. This is the important one. T is a linear transformation from a vector space V to W. Then T is 1, if and only if kernel of T is equal to 0. One more, let us now discuss one more example. One-to-one and not to one-to-one linear transformation. Take the examples for one-to-one linear transformation and one more example. It is not a one-to-one linear transformation. The linear transformation T from m by n to n by n given by T of A is equal to A power T. Transpose linear transformation is always one-to-one because the kernel of this T consists of only an m by n zero matrix. Already we discussed in the previous lecture. The linear transformation T is a mapping from m by n to n by m given by T of A is equal to A power T. That is always one-to-one mapping because it contains only zero matrix. It contains only zero matrix because in the previous theorem, what is this? Kernel of T contains zero element only, then the mapping is called as a one-to-one mapping. By using this result here, T of A is equal to A power T. This is a transpose linear transformation is one-to-one because its kernel consists only zero matrix. Its kernel consists only zero matrix. That's why it is a one-to-one mapping. The zero transformation is not one-to-one because its kernel is all of R cube. The zero transformation means every element of R cube can be mapped to only zero element of the R cube. That means its kernel contains all the elements of R cube. That's why it is not equal to zero. That's why it is not a one-to-one linear transformation. These are the two important examples for one is a one-to-one linear transformation, other one for not to one-to-one linear transformation is not a one-to-one linear transformation. Now we will discuss about the onto linear transformation. Let us take the onto linear transformation definition. A function T from vector space V to W is said to be onto mapping if every element in W has a pre-image in V. Already you know in the functions definition what is the onto mapping. F is a mapping from A to B is said to be onto mapping if every element in B has a pre-image in A, then we say that F is a mapping is a onto mapping. That's why same definition here also we can apply for the linear transformation. A function T is a mapping from V to W is said to be onto mapping if every element in W has a pre-image in V. That means every element in W, that is codomain set, having every element of the codomain set having the pre-image in V. Therefore, every element, not except one element also. Therefore, every element of W has a pre-image in V. then we say that the map function is said to be a onto function. Here t is onto w when w is equal to the range of the t. Always in the functions also codomain of f is equal to range of f, then we say that the mapping is said to be a onto mapping. Here, say same definition here also we can apply in the linear transformation. D is onto on W when W must be codomain set of T. Codomain of T must be equal to the range of the T. The codomain of W is equal to range of T. Therefore, W is the codomain and itself is a range of T. So this is the definition of the onto mapping. One-to-one mapping means T of U is equal to T of V. It implies U is equal to V. Here onto mapping means if every element of W has a pre-image in V, then it is called as a onto mapping. One more simple way to remember for onto mapping is the codomain W must be equal to the range of T. Codomain of T must be equal to the range of T, then it is called as a onto mapping. Now, let us discuss about the theorem for onto linear transformation. Let T is a mapping from V to W be a linear transformation where W is a finite dimensional, then T is onto if and only if the rank of T is equal to the dimension of the W. What is the definition of the rank of T? Rank of T is equal to dimension of the range of T. Range of T is what is the definition of onto mapping? Range of T is the codomain of the W. That's why the rank of T is equal to the dimension of W. That means rank of T is equal to dimension of range of T. Dimension of range of T is here dimension of W. By the definition of the rank of a linear transformation, rank of T is equal to dimension of range of T. The definition of onto linear transformation, range of T must be equal to W. That's why it will be dimension of W. One more theorem. Now discuss about the one more theorem. Let T is a mapping from V to W be a linear transformation with a vector space V and W of both of dimension n, then V and W are the same dimensions. V has also dimension n, W also dimension n, then T is 1 to 1 if and only if T is onto. Now we will prove this theorem. T is 1 1 if and only if T is onto, because both have the same dimension. V and W have the same dimension n. Now we will prove. First take the if and only if means necessary and sufficient part. First we will take the let T is 1 to 1. Then by the previous theorem, kernel of T is equal to 0. That means dimension of kernel of T is equal to 0 because of kernel of T contains 0 elements. That's why dimension of kernel of T is equal to 0. Therefore, dimension of range of T is equal to, in the previous theorem, rank of T plus nullity of T is equal to n. That's why dimension of range of T is equal to n minus dimension of kernel of T. Therefore, n is the n because of V has a dimensional n-dimensional vector space. N minus dimension of kernel of T is equal to 0. That's why n minus 0 is equal to n. N means dimension of W because of W also have the same dimension n. Consequently, then we say that dimension of range of T is equal to dimension of W. Then we say that T is onto mapping. For the sufficient part, if T is taken as an onto mapping, then by definition of the onto mapping definition, dimension of range of T is equal to dimension of W, that is equal to n. Therefore, dimension of kernel of T is equal to n minus dimension of range of T, that is equal to n minus n, that will be 0. That implies kernel of t is equal to 0. Kernel of t is equal to 0 means therefore t is must be a one-to-one mapping. Here by using the dimension of the vector space V consists of the 0 vector alone. Here the dimension of the V is defined as 0. Therefore kernel of t is equal to 0. Then we say that t is a one-to-one mapping. Let us now discuss the one more example. The linear transformation T from R to the power of n to R to the power of m is given by T of x is equal to A into x. Find the nullity and rank of T. Determine whether T is 1-to-1 onto or neither. Take the example A is equal to 1 to 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. And one more example, B is equal to, that is A is equal to B example is A equal to 1 to 0, 1, 0, 0. C and D. Four examples we have to taken here. Now discuss all the examples. First, A. A is a 3 by 3 matrix. That's why T is a mapping from R cube to R cube. The dimension of the domain of T is 3. N is equal to 3. Dimension of the range of T, rank of T, this is a matrix, rank of T is also 3. Nullity of T is equal to 0 because of rank of T plus nullity of T is equal to dimension of the domain of T. Already 3 equal to 3, that's my nullity of T is equal to 0. Therefore, it is a 1-1 mapping because of nullity of T is equal to 0. That means kernel of T is equal to 0. That's why it is a 1-1 mapping. Already dimension of the domain of T is equal to rank of the T. Range of the T is equal to same. Rank of T is equal to range of the T, dimension of the range of T, that is onto mapping also. Therefore, next discuss about the second one. T is a mapping. How many rows are there? Therefore, 1, 2, 0, 1, 0, 0. Therefore, it is a mapping from R square to R cube. R square to R cube. Always you have to remember here N represents columns, M represents rows. That's why here R square to R cube. See here in this example, dimension of the domain of T is 2. Here 2. Rank of T is also 2 because of it rank is 2. 2 by 2 matrix is there. It's that is not equal to 0. That's why rank of T is also 2. Nullity of T is 0. But it is a 1-1 mapping because of nullity of T is equal to 0 means kernel of T contains 0 element. That's why it is 0. But onto mapping it is not because of rank of T. Rank of T is equal to 2. Therefore, what is the dimension of R cube? Dimension of R to the power of m is 3. Therefore, it is not equal to range of the R of T. Therefore, range of the T. That's why 3 is not equal to 2. That's why it is not a onto mapping. So let us go for the third example. This is a mapping from R cube to R square. Domain of the T is, dimension of the domain of T is 3. In this mapping, what is the rank? Always 2. Therefore, rank is 2. What is the, by the definition of the rank and nullity theorem, therefore 3 minus 2 is equal to 1 is the nullity. Therefore, there is nullity is 1 means the kernel of T contains one non-zero vector. That's why it is not a 1-to-1 mapping. And but it is onto mapping. Why it is onto mapping? Rank of T is equal to dimension of the range of T. Range of T here is 2. That's why it is a onto mapping. Taking one more example here, 3 by 3 matrix, that is T is a mapping from R cube to R cube. Here dimension of the domain of T is 3. Rank of T, here see the third row is 0. That's why the rank of T is 2. pivot columns are there. That's why rank of T is equal to 2. 3 minus 2 equal to 1. That is the nullity of T. That's why here the nullity of T is 1. That's why it is not a one-to-one mapping, and also it is not a onto mapping because of dimension of the rank of T is equal to dimension of the range of T. Range of T is a 3. 3 is not equal to 2. That's why it is not a onto mapping. Isomorphism. A linear transformation T is a mapping from V to W, that is one-to-one onto, is called as a isomorphism. In functions also we define isomorphism. Function means a one-to-one onto mapping is called as a isomorphism. Here also we can, same definition here also we apply for the linear transformation. A linear transformation T is from V to W, that is one-to-one and onto, is called as isomorphism. Moreover, if V and W are the vector spaces such that there exists an isomorphic from V to W, and V and W are said to be isomorphic to each other. So thank you so much. This is the definition of the isomorphism. Today we will discuss about the rank of a matrix and nullity of a matrix, theorem regarding to rank and nullity of a matrix linear transformation. So this is enough today. Thank you.